Why is PayProp so expensive?
Well, I would immediately back and say it's not. Pound for pound, and I sit with this within an estate agency boss, there is still, pound for pound, I don't believe, a better investment.
You're going to say that though, aren't you?
I am, because I have an invested interest to do so. But I actually, as a person from a lettings industry and the experience that I've had with the customers that have come on board, 100% believe that. What I do find is there is a misconception within PayProp about how its pricing works. So we are a clip. We are less than a MasterCard or a Visa that comes through on that. But we often get people miscalculating. We don't work in an industry where everybody necessarily understands all of the pricing conversations. So I've had people saying, I charge a 10% fee. How can PayProp take 7% of it? 7% of that 10% leaves me with 3. It's not worth me doing lettings. We would never take that money. We are never more even than 1%. 0.73 of a percent is our highest. An agent earning 10% would still keep 9.27% of that. We're not hugely amount. We always try and aim to be 10% or less, normally aiming around the 5% mark of what an agent would charge. Because that's where we know our fee, while still reassuringly expensive, I like that phrase, is actually still affordable and good business sense. It's not a cost-saving exercise. While we can help with cost saving, PayProp is an investment in earning more. And that's what we need to get. But actually, we don't find that. We do get people come with us. We don't tie people into contracts. People could leave us. People don't leave us because...
So roughly how much does that cost per product? Percentages of percentages sounds awfully awful.
Well, let's take it to the country averages.
Let's just give what pound notes, roughly, are we talking on average per property per month?
So if we were to take the national average, excluding London, which skews it, at the moment, as of December, that was £760 was the national average. If we then take the average agency fee being 10%, which is what we got as a national average, it means they're earning £76.
Yes.
And it means that they're paying to us £3.80.
£3.80.
And earning 76.
It's not bad.
And for that, they're now fully compliant on their client money. Mm-hmm. They're making all of their payments quicker than they can with any other system, even being part of a body.
Did I read that as soon as the payment comes in, it can be bounced straight back to the landlord without having to wait 2 weeks for reconciliation?
It's same-day reconciliation.
Well, there's nothing else in the country that does that, is there?
No. And that's really where I'm saying you get this competitive edge, where a landlord can get his money the same day that a tenant pays, and without the agent having to pay same-day transaction fees.
You have to work with your marketing department.
I will make sure they get that out. But it is one of the things we try and promote.
Fantastic.
Yeah, in today's age where people want everything now, that is the way that an estate agent needs to be able to be showing they're meeting today's market. And for £3.80, and all of the communication, there's no tenant statements, there's no landlord statements. All of that is automatically communicated and done with the touch of one button from an estate agent, and knowing it can never be forgotten.
So really, it's not whether it costs; it's the worth. And you're of the opinion. I was amazed about that instant payment. That's brilliant.
Yeah, and that's why I still say, pound for pound, I have not come across a technological solution. And there's lots that I like and lots that I value that add more than PayProp.
And what else are you going to add to PropTech throughout to PayProp in 2019 to make it even more awesome?
Well, we're looking to release something new once a month. That's our aim. That's our 30-day sprints. And most of our things are driven by our customers. Okay. We're obviously looking at default fees. We're going to wait on the guidance that comes out. Mm-hmm. But we want to find a way to automate it for our customers so that if a tenant is in default, and the government says you can charge this fee now when in default, we want to make it not only easy for them to bill, but also easy for them to collect those fees, because that's going to be one of the challenges that particularly the smaller agency are going to be faced with. Yes, you tell me I can do a late penalty charge to my tenant for not paying the rent, but how do I recoup that? How do I make sure that that doesn't cost me more to get back than it is to actually bill them?
Sounds really good. Anything else?
We're also looking at adding new functions and features. So we're looking at expanding what we do around arrears. Obviously, once post the tenant fee ban, making sure you keep on top of arrears for cash flow purposes is going to become important. So more of those functions that we can put to speed up the tenant, the better we can make it. It's all about making sure that the lettings become as least touch as possible, but with guaranteed income. That's what's going to make it work for the industry.
Excellent. How do people find out more about PayProp?
They can actually come to ourselves, but we come out and see them. We're about CPD. We also get CPD points if you are a Property Mark member. But to anybody, we're about educating the industry on what's out there, but also on best practice, whether you're using PayProp or not.
Good stuff. Guys, I've not been paid to do this video. I've come along to Leicester to their national meeting, meet the guys. I've known Neil now for a couple of years, and there's not many prop tech firms I do strongly recommend. But PayProp is one of them. I'm not being paid a penny to do this. Well, I bloody well should be. And along with other ones, such as Fixflow, such as One Dome, and other such good prop tech propositions, you should check these guys out, because to be honest with you, I like them. And a lot of my clients like them as well. Yeah, you're not cheap, but to be honest with you, mate, do you buy an Audi or do you buy a Skoda?
Thank you very much. Thanks, Chris.